This year, I was a 14-year member of the NBT Bank Board, and before that I was on the Champlain National Bank Board. I was the chairman of the Comp Committee when I left NBT back in 2009. I sat on the Loan Committee for 10 years. I was a permanent member of the Loan Committee. So I have a better than average understanding of a lot of the issues that come before us from an on-the-ground perspective. And I want to emphasize that, on the ground. We have issues that occur with many government agencies. When I first got to Congress, I was told that I had to go through the legislative liaisons. After about 3 months, I realized that wasn't working so well, because what I got back was really not the answers to my questions. So, give you an example that I think is very telling. We had a situation occurring at the border with someone who lives in Saranac Lake. I got very frustrated with the answers I was getting, so I called the port director in Champlain. And I said, I have this problem. And he said, I know all about it. This person has my cell phone, my home phone, and my office direct dial. So I said, in other words, you've solved the problem to the extent that you can. He said, yes. I called the constituent back and said, this is the situation, and I think it's as resolved as we can get it resolved. It was one of those situations where she had a similar name to somebody else who was on the no-fly list. So that's the kind of activity we focus on, is getting it done. We want to solve the problems that people deliver to us. As I can, I will not lie to you and tell you I get through everything, but I did read the entire healthcare bill.
God bless you.
The entire bill.
3,000 pages.
3,000 pages. Well, big type. And we actually had it for about, in the main, for about 90 days before it was voted on, irrespective of what everybody says. The reality was we had the bulk of the legislation for 90 days. So there was about 10 pages that came the last 2 or 3 days. The bulk of it we had. If you wanted to spend the time, you could read it. I went through the whole thing. They sent over Nancy DeParle from the President's office to talk to me. And when she came in, she gave her spiel. I'm not going to tell you what I said in response, but I had a list of about 20 or 25 questions that I had written out from, that I had taken notes as I had gone through, and I said, here's my questions. Answer those, and I'll give you my answer. And she did. And so I spend a lot of time looking at things, and again, I will reach conclusions that you'll say, what? But we do think about it, we talk about it, we really try and understand what the facts are behind the decision. Sometimes it's simply two competing goods. It's not good and evil, it's competing goods that you're wrestling with. And I think too often the way it's portrayed in the media is it's good and it's evil. It's not good and evil, it's competing goods. And you're trying to figure out how to blend the competing goods into a balanced resolution. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much for coming, and I'm surprised you said your question. I'm surprised you didn't ask what all these buttons are that we're all wearing here today.
I think I gathered what it was from listening to the conversation about investing in the community.
There you go. That's exactly.
Thanks very much.
Because you're in now. You're in the chamber.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming to be with us today.
Thank you.